Grace and peace. This is Coach Martin Wilson, and I want to invite you to join me now for the Martin Wilson Podcast. In this podcast, I'm not just going to teach you leadership, but I'm going to teach you and give you tips that will help you to lead your best life. So join me now in a podcast already in progress. Grace and peace. This is Coach Martin Wilson coming at you on a beautiful, stormy Sunday evening. Just getting back home from Morganton, North Carolina. Had a great day of service. Listening to some teaching on the way down the road, and as normal, it sparked something in my spirit that I just wanted to share with you. And the thought was a very interesting thought. It is also from the book that I had mentioned in one of the prior podcasts, The Vortex. Throughout the book, The Vortex by Esther and Jerry Hicks, they're giving flawed premises, which is flawed logic that many of us are using to try to govern our lives. And those of you that have listened to my teaching over the years, you've probably heard me at one time or the other speak about my belief that there is a spiritual flow of life. There's a flow. There is a current that is flowing through our lives, and we can either flow with the current, and I believe that in that current, and when we're following that current, I believe that we're flowing in the goodness of God, the blessings of God that make us rich and add no sorrow, the blessings that are constantly available to us because He's a God that wishes above all things that we may prosper and be in good health. I think that when we're in the flow, that we're flowing and we're moving in the direction, our lives is moving in the direction of the greater good. I really believe that. And our lives can either be flowing in the direction of the greater good, or we can find ourselves fighting and resisting the flow. It's just like being in a natural river and trying to swim upstream. It's virtually impossible, and we're wondering why life is so hard and why is this so hard. But this is not to say that bad things do not happen, but we have to be careful that our reaction after something happened is not a reaction that begins a vortex, if you will, of attracting more negative things into our life. We've got to be really careful. So the flawed premise that I wanted to share here says, if I push hard enough against unwanted things, they will go away. If I push hard enough against unwanted things, they will go away. And that really sounds like, that may be true, that if I resist something strong enough that it will go away. But we forget so often that we live in what is called an attraction universe, that the law of attraction is a universal law, just like gravity. Gravity said what goes up must come down. The law of attraction says like attract like. So whatever I'm pushing against, the things that I don't want, that I push against in my life, will be the very things that keep showing up in my life. The more I resist it, the more I push against it, I literally set up myself to attract more of those same things into my life. And we see it all throughout society. We see they've had the war on drugs, and drugs are worse than they've ever been. They've got a war on poverty. There's more poverty than there's ever been. There's a war on crime. Crime is higher than it's ever been. Teenage pregnancy, a war on cancer, a war against AIDS, a war against terrorism. And, the terrorism is more widespread than it's ever been. All these things that they're fighting against and pushing against are becoming greater. Why? Because instead of coming into alignment and finding a way to make things better, so many times we're fighting against something. They asked Mother Teresa one time, said, hey, we're getting ready to march against the war. Said, will you come and join us? She said, no, I won't come and march against the war. She said, but call me when you have a march for peace. I need you to get that. She said, I won't march against the war, but call me when you have a march for peace. There's going to be things that are going to come in your life that you do not want. Do not continue to give those things your focus, energy, and attention. Allow those unwanted things to be the catapult that will catapult you in the direction of knowing what it is that you do want. When you find out what it is that you do want, put your energy, your focus, your attention, your prayers, your meditation on allowing yourself to move towards that. The Bible says we have not because we ask not. Begin to pray, begin to ask, begin to research those things that you desire, that you do want. But so many times we waste so much time looking, talking, gossiping, writing songs about things that we do not want. So I want to help you today. What you push against, you can't push against it enough for it to go away. I can never hate something enough for it to stop happening. I've got to be able to shift my thinking and my focus to find an answer, a solution, and not give my energy and a focus to the thing that I do not want in my reality. You can't be mad at somebody enough for them to change. But when you can change the way you think about them, when you can change the way that you think about the situations, then you can begin to place your mind in a place to where you can find new solutions to problems. Einstein said you can't come out of a situation, you can't get out of a situation with the same mindset that got you in. So listen, I just wanted to share this thought today. I believe that it'll be one that if you can take it to heart, if you can really set your mind to it, that it will be something that will help you to really move forward. The law of attraction is a real thing. What you desire in your life, and you put your energy, your attention, and your focus on that thing, it will be attracted into your life. And that attention, that focus, that includes prayer. That includes meditating on it. That includes going and doing your research and moving toward that thing. It doesn't mean sitting on the couch and just waiting for someone to ring the doorbell. But I believe that we have the mental capacity, and God has created us in a manner that we are co-creators of our own reality. Things don't just get better. We have to place our mind and our thoughts on those things that will make it better. So listen, this is Coach Martin Wilson. I hope that you've enjoyed this. Continue to listen to my podcast. Please subscribe. Different podcasts every day. Every time I have a little thought, I'll try to drop it in here because I believe that someone is listening. Please let me know if you're listening. Please let me know if these podcasts have been a blessing to you. Until next time, God bless.